Welcome to The Borderline Man. The need to vent. I'm pretty sure it is universal, and it doesn't really matter if you are introverted or if you are extroverted. I think that it's a basic, very OG human need. We are a social animal after all, regardless of being introverted or extroverted. I think that is just the way it is. However, I think that how we choose to vent is very different. I recently ended up in a situation where venting became very uncomfortable. Not for my personal sake, but this woman who's taking the same course as I am have a constant need to vent her own personal issues in front of everyone. Every time there is some way where she can make a personal connection to a topic, she does, and it's very often very stretched. It is very often no real connection at all. It's just that she needs to vent personal things that happens to her in her obviously quite troubled life, and I get that she has a real shitty life and she needs to vent. The problem is, of course, that the classroom is not the place to do it over and over and over again, and that's why I'm thinking about this. The other day, the teacher snapped and told her that we couldn't go on talking about her things all the time. We had actual things to discuss. So it ended up in this bit of a, I don't know, I wasn't there when it happened, but people say they got into a bit of a fight, arguing at least, in the corridor afterwards and so on. And I of course feel sorry for the woman, but I also, this is a simple thing. We are adults being here trying to take an education, and she can't use this as a platform to vent. It's as simple as that. I mean, everybody can have a bad day and need a friend and talk about it, and even strangers like us can make do. That is okay. But she does this every day, and this drains the empathy of the most empathic person, I can tell you that. So things got bad there, and I haven't really seen her in a couple of days now, so I don't know what happened, if she drops out or what, I don't know. But she needs to realize that she needs another form of venting, and that is the topic of this video I'm making. Venting. I'm making videos because I need to vent, and this is a way to vent. This is one of three ways a person vents usually. At least three main ways I can think of. The first one is, of course, to talk with people around you. Friends, family, loved ones, and so on. The personal venting. I think that is the most common one, probably. The second one is the professional venting, when you go and talk to a medical person, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a therapist, and so on. That is, in the modern society, quite common. It is, of course, related to the first one, but it is different. The third one is the one I'm doing. It's the venting through creativity, where you vent by doing stuff, practical stuff, or all kinds of stuff, like painting, music, poetry, writing, or like this, cinematography. Let's call it that. It sounds good. It's not really. This is just me doing YouTubing stuff, but it is a form of creativity where I have to do some basic video editing and stuff like that and think a bit about how I'm going to do the video. Not much. It's very simple. It's not the level that defines it. It's still a painting, even if you just scratch a bit of a on paper with a pencil. You don't scratch with a pencil, but you know what I mean. It's not that defines whether it's creativity and so on. It is, of course, also related to personal venting. But I'm not talking to anyone. I'm talking to you who are listening, but you are not here. I'm talking out like a crazy person, straight out to the fields. Occasional bird listening, field mice, and so on. Sometimes my cat tags along on a walk. You've seen him, and at least in some of the earlier videos. He's not been with me here recently. But it is a third form of venting for sure. And I think we all, introverted or extroverted, can make use of each of these three venting forms. And depending on who we are, I think the benefits of these venting forms is going to be different, of course. I don't like talking to professionals myself. It feels awkward. It feels not genuine. It doesn't feel real. It feels strange. It feels like an artificial friend listening, and it's not. And I can vent, and I take great. I took great things from it, putting me on a great path on my diagnosis. But it is not the same thing as talking with a friend. It lacks the genuine care that you get from talking to a friend, a good friend that is, of course. And it also lacks insight into who you are as a person, knowledge on you. And it is also the professional venting is also it has some forms of filters there. There's some things that the professional cannot say that a friend can. Of course, I know the friends can give you really bad advice as well. Really, really bad advice. I've gotten it. I've listened to many dumb things, and I've mentioned it before here on the channel, that friends can give you really bad advice. Detrimental advice, actually. And so it's a give and take. You need at least, if you ask most people, both the professional input and your friends. You need it. It's a basic human thing. But I want to push for creativity as well. Creativity as an outlet, as a vent. Paint, write, make sculptures, do some practical project at home, build something. Try building a thing in your backyard or something. I don't know. Everything is, of course, dependent on where you live and how you live. And if you live in an apartment, you can't do that, of course. But you know what I mean. You should try doing things, because not only are projects like that ways that you vent through, they are also just simply distractions. And I've talked about it in the past. And distractions are good. Distractions makes your mind rest for a while from the pain you're often feeling. It is as simple as that. Yeah, anyways, there are 3 ways to vent. That's the wisdom of this little clip. and you need them all in various degrees depending on who you are. So I hope you're doing okay and so on. I'm doing good, actually feeling quite stable. I mean, everything is relative to to other things, of course, but I'm doing good. So this is the Borderline Man signing off after just a little brief notation on the need to vent. I needed to vent this, so now you got to take part of it. All right, everyone, have a good one.